Getting waived is crazy because, like, what do you do after you get waived?
Kennedy Carter, who assaulted Caitlin Clark.
She is no longer in the league because she not only got let go by the Chicago Sky, she has been let go by the New York Liberty, and she's crying online about it.
It finally happened. Diamond DeShields, the same player who hit Caitlin Clark in one of the dirtiest plays this season, has faced consequences.
Caitlin Clark is trying to cut in this position right here, and Diamond DeShields just body checks her. Like, it's a foul. This sequence of play was wild. Absolutely, absolutely wild.
The WNBA has now suspended her. And it's not just a suspension, she's been blacklisted. Caitlin Clark wins this one.
Caitlin Clark gets hit from behind. How bad, egregious it was from Diamond DeShields, and Caitlin Clark jumps up and runs away from Diamond DeShields.
After hitting Clark, Caitlin got up and ran away from DeShields. Now, no team can sign her. Her career is basically over. The same player who used to act confident and aggressive is now crying online.
The league is getting rid of the Caitlin Clark haters. DJ Currency better move on eggshells, bro. She's the only one left. She is no longer in the league, crying online about it.
She's left with her stuff, no job, and no idea how to get home. All because of one bad choice, attacking the league's most important player.
Kennedy Carter assaults Caitlin Clark on the court. That's Kennedy Carter. That was Caitlin Clark. She'll run up behind her. She's going to call her a bitch right here, and she's going to viciously slam Caitlin Clark to the floor. What is going on in this league?
This isn't just about a roster change. The WNBA is sending a message. If you go after Caitlin Clark, you're finished.
Caitlin Clark is not happy at all with this.
The real question is, why did it take this long? And who could be next? We're breaking down the hit, the backlash, and how a once promising player lost everything because of hate. If you support Caitlin Clark, type Caitlin GOAT 100% in the comments. She's the star of the league.
Caitlin Clark is the cash cow in this league. She is the needle mover.
Let's fill this video with love for CC. The moment that changed everything didn't come from rivalry or a normal game move, it came from anger. And it was aimed right at Caitlin.
Man, oh man, when Caitlin Clark does something, everybody celebrates. When Caitlin Clark does something, there is no jealousy.
It happened during a regular season game between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky. Diamond DeShields made a move that fans instantly called dirty, intentional, and wrong. With only minutes left in the game, as the Fever were winning, DeShields ran straight into Caitlin Clark with her shoulder down and her eyes locked on her.
Caitlin Clark played against the Chicago Sky, and she got cheap shotted, and there is a sequence of plays that's crazy, and it leads to Caitlin Clark telling her team, is it Erica Wheeler, that she wanted to fight Diamond DeShields.
She made hard, violent contact. She wasn't trying to play the ball. It was clear Diamond wasn't playing defense, she was sending a message. What made people even angrier was what she did after. She pretended it was an accident and reached out a fake hand to help Clark up. But no one believed it, not fans, not analysts, not even the cameras. Social media blew up. The clip went viral.
Caitlin Clark is trying to cut in this position right here, and Diamond DeShields just body checks her. Like, it's a foul. This sequence of play was wild. Absolutely, absolutely wild.
People called it a targeted attack. Adrian Ross, a respected voice in women's basketball, called out the fake sportsmanship, saying, "She's a good actress. But you don't just accidentally run someone over like that." Others said it was even worse than Kennedy Carter's cheap shot earlier that season. No suspension. DeShields walked away free for a while. The league said nothing. The refs ignored it. Clark had to keep playing through the hate. But fans didn't forget. Every part of the hit was replayed and questioned. People started asking, if the WNBA can't protect its biggest star, who's really in charge? This wasn't just a bad call, it was a moment that demanded real action. And finally, action came.
She assaulted Caitlin Clark on the court. Right before Caitlin Clark came off the court with 3:52 left.
In the worst way for DeShields. At first, she avoided punishment, no tech, no fine, nothing. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. After hitting Clark, her role on the Chicago Sky got smaller. She was quietly released, no announcement. Then the New York Liberty gave her a chance, but dropped her quickly. The Connecticut Sun picked her up later, but just one day before the 2025 season, she was cut again. This time, it felt final. What came next was emotional. She posted online, not with anger, but with quiet sadness.
Diamond DeShields actually getting waived from the Connecticut Sun just one day prior to tomorrow's May 16th WNBA's 2025 season tip-off. She looked heartbroken and in pain, with the news of her being waived from the Connecticut Sun.
Getting waived is crazy because, what do you do after you get waived? I got all my stuff up here that I drove in a rental car from Atlanta, and now I have to drive all my stuff back to Atlanta, but I can't seem to find a rental car because none are available anywhere. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna get my stuff back to Atlanta. The team will ship 3 to 5 boxes, but I have more than 3 to 5 boxes worth of stuff.
If you are not producing, if you're not giving them what they need, if you're not putting them stats up, if you ain't putting up no numbers, you're gonna be out of a job. Again, look what just happened to Haley Jones. She just was on Instagram the other day, excited about closing on a home. The very next day, the Atlanta Dream just cut her.
In her car, surrounded by all her things, she looked lost and heartbroken. She said she had driven up from Atlanta, excited to play for the Sun. But they cut her right before the season started. Now, she couldn't even get a rental car to take her stuff back. She said, the team will ship 3 to 5 boxes, but I have way more. It was the voice of someone who realized their dream was over, not with a loud end, but in silence. The league didn't release an official statement. But the message was clear, no team can sign her. She's been blacklisted.
WNBA commissioner playing in house with these Caitlin Clark haters.